funniest pets and people, a cat gets jumpy. These guys stack 3 high. A little kid hits the wall. A dog goes in circles. Mouse flavor. And a woman has a really bad hair day. It's the show that will have you sick. Stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. No exposition needed here. We'll just cut to the chase. Meet the world's most confused cat burglar. He's supposed to break the glass, take the goods, and then lead the chase. But he seems content to cut right to the chase part and chase his tail at that. Casper felt he was getting a little big around the middle. But rather than lose weight, Casper figured he would just gain length. Just 10 minutes of tail tucking a day would make him as sleek as a greyhound. At least that's what the ad in the magazine said. Sparky's owners always knew when to feed him. They figured when he got so hungry he was trying to eat his own tail, they'd better make with the kibble. And fast. While all the other dogs got lazy during the off-season, Goldie continued to train. A little snow on the ground wasn't going to keep her from the chase. Now, come springtime, there won't be a car anywhere in Jiminy Corners save from Goldie. Trust me, folks, you do not want to drive down Maple Street. Isn't that always the way? You buy a dog $100 worth of chew toys for Christmas and they end up preferring to just play with their tail. Or your pants, which is disturbing. Ever since Grandma trained those 2 turkeys to guard the farm, the incidents of neighborhood toughs trespassing had totally been eliminated. The turkeys wouldn't quit until the no-goodniks had crossed over into the neighboring county. The only downside is Grandma will only serve ham at Thanksgiving from now on. I mean, come on, you know, how would it look? Now, you'd never know it to look at them, but toys have feelings just like anybody else. They feel pride, and yes, they even feel shame. Well, for instance, this Frisbee was so embarrassed by that throw that he vowed to never let that kid throw him again. All he needed was more snide remarks from the beach ball. Full of hot air, that beach ball. Now, the boat was a little crowded, but Margaret was a good sport. She didn't mind sitting on the battery. You do some things because you have to, and some just for fun. Although Molly truly loved playing fetch, she really hated that her owner made her pick out the stick first.
Girl, get it.
how do you forget your skis when you go skiing? I mean, the equipment is right in the title. It's ski-ing. That's like playing baseball with nothing. Grissom wanted to be a canine actor so bad. And it looks like he just got his big break. Yep, he is portraying the body in the next episode of CSI Dogtown. Wow, he's really a method dog, isn't he? Hector knew his head lice problem was bad when his hat was walking away on its own. Psych! It's just his pet mouse. Mouse. The Polanski family may have failed to set the world record for largest collective downhill snow tubing, but they did successfully set the record for wiping out. Good job, Polanskis. Good job. Okay, this may look like a little boy hurting himself, but check out that costume. Yeah, that's right. It is world-renowned circus clown Reinhold Wiggins working on a new character he calls Funnel Face. Now, this is the first time anyone has ever seen Wiggins out of makeup. Looks like he has another winner on his hands. He'll be seeing you this summer under the big top in the center ring. There was only one thing Brahmi liked better than smelling Master's socks, and that is when the Master didn't wear socks at all. It eliminates the middleman, so to speak.
Now, I've seen these folks do this a million times. Okay, you pick up this ringing thingy, you punch a few numbers, and then 30 minutes later, boom, a pizza arrives right at the door. I guess it's a magic pizza maker appearer thingy. Pretty neat. Now, if I can only figure out which number to punch in here. Well, how many can there be? 1, 2, 4. This could take a while.
Coming up, a gerbil hits the road. And a boy gets scalped. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. These animals believe if you want something done right, you'd better be self-sufficient. Normally, a family isn't too happy when their dog learns to open a door. But this family was thrilled because they were tired of him running through them. Lois is killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You see, not only does milk give her body all the nutrients and vitamins a growing kitty needs, but it also softens her cuticles and polishes her nails. Tired of a life consisting of warm milk and fuzzy yarn, Jack decided to hit the open road. Yes, there's a great, big, wonderful world out there, Jack, just begging to be scratched. Sure, it would have been more impressive had he done it on the first try. Or the 13th. Or the 30th. But the fact that Lenny finally made it on the 1,327th time makes him one self-sufficient little guy. Atta boy, Lenny. It's not just that she has to open the cabinet, but she has to open it before Mrs. Johansson gets back with her big hands, always preventing her from getting into the cabinet. Time is not her friend. Ha ha ha! Success! Oh no! Darn those big hands of hers! Sure, Frisky could have jumped onto the table in a single bound, but that would be showing off. And look around. It isn't exactly like anyone is watching. So, use the chair. You ever been on the highway and seen an SUV driver who thinks he literally owns the road? I mean, swerving into your lane, running over stuff, having absolutely no regard for anything or anyone else. Well, don't worry. Eventually, karma brings them to a halt. Hey, once again, it's time for Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Animals have acute senses. Some can even tell when a tornado is coming. A lot of dogs whine, and Bob here decided to produce a different warning through interpretive dance. Auntie M, Twister's coming! Better take shelter in the basement. Before Mommy went to work, she told the cat to keep the dog off the sofa. Then she told the dog to keep the cat off the sofa. Well, looks like only the cat can follow directions. Although yard work can be dreary, boring, and mindless, at least it isn't dangerous. Unless Steve's doing it. There are few things tougher than being a horse who is a neat freak. Because no matter how hard you try, man, you will never get all the dust out of the barnyard. Kippy didn't realize that from the time he was a newborn kitten, his life had been broadcast by hidden cameras to millions of homes. And by the time Kippy opened his eyes for the first time, he'd already been seen by millions of prying eyes. The eyes of strangers. Finally, he made it to the door. Oh, he'd show them. He'd show all those eyes that he was his own cat. And if he doesn't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And thus concludes The Kippy Show. Timmy's dad had a surefire way to get rid of hiccups. Yep, works every time. The Morris Paulson Lawn Chair Company of Moline, New Hampshire, announces a recall on their popular Escondido upright model number 03271964. There have been reports of this particular chair collapsing. The Morris Paulson Lawn Chair Company of Moline, New Hampshire, neither confirms nor denies if this is indeed the case. Thank you. That is all. Folks, do yourself a favor. Just skip the Maple Street Repertory Theater's summer presentation of Cats. The choreography is uninspired, the performances are all over the map, and, oh yeah, they use real cats. Really, this is definitely on the miss list. Bronco hated being the step. But it was his turn, so the step he would be. Didn't mean he had to like it. He didn't understand why they couldn't just buy a step. But Bronco would soldier through it. Being a step? How degrading.
What are you looking at?
Marco forgot he lent his ladder to his forgetful friend Frederick. So he fashioned a paint roller pole out of a curtain rod. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. It may just be an urban legend about tuna oil generating hair growth and soothing an itchy scalp. But it is an urban legend Captain Jenks hopes isn't debunked for a very, very long time. Coming up, a cat gets his licks in. And a dog cashes in his chips. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Spoons up, mouths open. It's time to dig in, so let's eat. Food time can be fun time if you have the right attitude. Like Gus here. He's enjoying his favorite tortilla chips and playing Space Dog. Now, you see that? Food time can be fun time if you use your imagination. Now, a lot of people would think how awesome it is that a buffalo is eating food right through the car window. But some might wonder what the car is gonna smell like afterwards. How'd you like to be the next family to get that rental?
Honey, does this smell like buffalo to you?
His parents said he could not watch television until he cleared his plate. But they didn't say how he had to clear his plate. Eat some, wear some, rub some into your scalp. Just as long as the plate is cleared, am I right? He really shouldn't rub so much in his eyes if he wants to watch TV, though. Jenny's meatloaf was so dry that all of her dinner guests dumped it in the dog's bowl when she wasn't looking. Like even the dog thought it was too dry, and she eats kibble on a regular basis. Only one thing could moisten Jenny's meatloaf: spit water, and a whole lot of it. Ronnie and his dad started off playing a game of catch, but it quickly became a game of hide and seek. Odds are against Ronnie growing up and becoming a detective. What is the secret to looking great? Well, we could tell you, but instead we're going to show you. Okay, most cats use their tongues for personal grooming, right? But Snowball here thinks that is just gross. She's found that just 500 strokes before bedtime keeps her fur looking silky soft. Ginger took it upon herself to give her master a good face washing. But I think we all agree that we wish she also knew how to use a depilatory pad. Don't you hate when your shower is interrupted by a phone call? Well, think how Giggles here must feel. But man, it wasn't going to stop her. Oh, no. If it was her bath time, something was going to get cleaned. What's Skunky's secret to staying beautiful? Well, every Sunday afternoon, she takes a gutter bath. Sure, she stinks a little, but it's better to look good than to smell good, right? Oh. Coming up, a rooster just washed his hair, and man, he can't do a thing with it. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People.
Okay, Chrissy. Okay, Chrissy.
Chrissy didn't really care for this new hairstyle, since it was always in her eyes and she never knew whether to crow or not. She should go with a comb over. See you next time.